In a world where military technology evolves faster than diplomacy can catch up, few nations draw as much attention to their missile programs as Iran. And in 2025, the RAAD-500 has emerged again at the center of global conversation. Welcome to Motor Authority A, where we break down engines, machines, and tech that move the world, sometimes at max speeds. The RAAD-500 is not your average battlefield missile. It's not just about range or payload anymore, it's about agility, survivability, and intelligence. And when we say RAAD-500, we're talking about a solid-fueled, surface-to-surface missile that's made headlines not only for its capability but for what it represents in the evolution of missile warfare. Iran first unveiled the RAAD-500 back in 2020, drawing significant attention due to its advanced materials and unique engineering. At the time, much of the focus was on its carbon fiber composite structure, a game-changing move. Instead of using traditional steel components that are heavier and easy to detect, Iran developed a lightweight, high-strength body, reducing weight dramatically without compromising structural integrity. It was lighter, faster, and crucially harder to track. The 500 in its name refers to its nominal range, 500 kilometers, although in practice, analysts now suggest this might be a conservative figure. In 2025, newer iterations of the RAAD missile family are reportedly pushing beyond 700 kilometers, possibly even more under optimal flight conditions. This isn't about exaggeration, it's about propulsion physics and what lighter airframes allow. The motor inside is called Zohar, a new generation solid-fuel propulsion system designed specifically for high acceleration launch and mid-course maneuverability. Think of it like putting a modern electric hypercar motor into a decades-old tank, except in this case, it's paired with infrared evasion features and trajectory correction mid-flight. But why is the RAAD-500 relevant today, in 2025? Here's the thing, Iran's missile doctrine has shifted. No longer is it focused solely on ballistic capability. Precision, mobility, and survivability are now just as vital. The RAAD-500 embodies this new direction. It's mobile, launched from road mobile platforms, and it's fast to deploy, hard to detect, and almost impossible to intercept with conventional missile defense systems. This isn't just a military story, it's an engineering one. Take the carbon composite casing. Compared to the older Fateh series missiles, the RAAD is nearly 50% lighter while offering even more structural durability. The casing can withstand the extreme pressures of launch and flight while maintaining its stealth profile. That's aerodynamics meets material science at a war-ready level. Let's talk guidance. While Iranian officials haven't released detailed specifications, based on recovered remains and footage from tests, experts believe the RAAD-500 includes an advanced inertial guidance system with potential GPS augmentation. This allows it to maintain sub-10-meter accuracy at distances of several hundred kilometers, which, if verified, would place it in the league of precision tactical missiles used by top-tier militaries. And all of this, we're talking about an indigenous system. No foreign parts, no import dependencies, at least officially. From a geopolitical standpoint, that's a big deal. It means Iran has learned how to domestically produce composite materials, solid fuel propulsion, and guidance systems, all key ingredients for advanced missile production. Now, in 2025, the RAAD-500 is more than a standalone missile. It's part of a larger architecture. With Iran expanding its drone fleet, developing hypersonic platforms, and integrating radar-eluding tech, the RAAD is likely being tested as a hybrid platform, potentially even in tandem with UAV swarms or electronic warfare tools. You might be wondering, what does this mean for global security? Quite a bit, actually. The RAAD-500 is mobile. It's fast. It can be hidden in a truck, launched within minutes, and cover distances that place major military bases, naval forces, and urban centers within striking distance. It's not a strategic nuke, but that's what makes it more dangerous in today's real-world scenarios. It's a precision tactical asset, and it can be launched with far less political consequence than a strategic warhead. Let's step back for a second and talk about how this missile is made. According to Iranian sources, the RAAD's composite shell is formed using an indigenous filament winding technique. Imagine weaving carbon fiber into shape, curing it under high pressure, and combining it with epoxies that resist both thermal degradation and radar absorption. The result: a missile that's not only harder to see but also harder to destroy mid-flight. There's also speculation that Iran is testing a new generation of warheads to fit the RAAD. These include fragmentation-style payloads for anti-personnel purposes, high-explosive fragmentation for structures, and potentially even EMP-style devices meant to disable electronics in a limited radius. In terms of defense penetration, speed matters. The RAAD-500 travels at Mach 4 to 5A fast enough to challenge most current-gen air defense systems like Israel's Iron Dome or even the US Patriot system. Add in mid-course correction capability and stealthy radar cross-section, and you have a missile that might get through. So what's next? In 2025, military analysts believe that Iran is preparing to export or share versions of the RAAD to regional allies. That's where things escalate. If non-state actors or regional proxies gain access to such precise, mobile strike capabilities, the strategic balance in the Middle East shifts. Suddenly, static air bases, oil infrastructure, and even naval fleets become vulnerable in ways we haven't seen before. And for Iran, that's the goal: a deterrence through precision. They don't need to match the US or NATO weapon for weapon. Instead, they're creating a network of low-cost, high-impact weapons that can survive, strike, and disappear before a response is even launched. The RAAD-500 is not the largest missile in Iran's arsenal. It's not even the most powerful. But it might be the smartest. It reflects a philosophy of warfare that prioritizes intelligence over brute force, engineering over volume, and mobility over mass deployment. As 2025 continues, we expect more tests, more upgrades, and more eyes watching the RAAD family. The next evolution might bring longer ranges, dual-stage propulsion, or even integration with space-based targeting. One thing is clear: the future of battlefield missiles is fast, precise, and hard to stop. And Iran, through the RAAD-500, is proving it knows how to get there. This has been Motor Authority. We explore machines that shape the battlefield, the street, and the skies. Subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of the world's most advanced technology, from missile systems to the motors powering your next ride. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.